Snackable, a few-minute podcast from Self-Access Center and VR Lab, Campus YMX Ecatepec. Have you ever wondered how many times you open the fridge a day, hoping to find something tasty and quick to eat? Picture how your English will be if you ate it in bites. Keep it simple, keep it short, keep it. Snackable, a place where broken English is welcome. Hello, community YMX Ecatepec. How's it going? And welcome to another episode of Snackable. Today in the show, we have a student in our community, and I think I admire her because she is such a great student. So, well, let's get to know her. So, hello, Dana. Welcome. It will be great if you start by telling us your name.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dana Castro.
Welcome, Dana. Welcome to this episode. Welcome to Snackable. And well, I would like to know, what are you studying?
I'm studying computer engineering, and in my free time, I do a little dubbing.
That's amazing. Okay, so well, let's continue with this academic stuff, and then we might get into with this hobby that you have. All right. So, Dana, do you like English?
Yes, I think it's a very, very beautiful language and very important
Okay, so why do you think it is important?
because most websites, books, and videos on topics in my area are in English,
Okay.
and most companies require intermediate to advance English.
That's such a intelligent way to see it. Because, well, as you have mentioned, nowadays English is so important, and we can
Yeah.
find a lot of information in English when it comes to books, articles. I mean, in the software that you use to program and so on, I think most of them, yes, are in English. So I don't know. I have always thought that you engineers do not have any trouble. You don't have trouble with English, but I don't know. That's what I believe.
Yeah. For speak, I think it's difficult.
Oh yeah.
I'm afraid of not structuring sentences well, and that makes me nervous, which sometimes makes me pronounce words wrong.
Okay, so for you, speaking is the most difficult thing?
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe have you ever considered, I don't know, join chats, or do you have friends that you can practice with, or I don't know?
Yes. For example, I like watching fashion videos on YouTube
Okay.
from certain people who speak entirely in English.
Mhm.
This helps me get used to the pronunciation and really like music. So when I want to know what the song says, I look up the lyrics in Spanish, and while I'm listening to it, I read the lyrics. This way, I relate words and listen to their pronunciation. In addition, I take some English courses.
Okay, so I mean, you have studied English formally
Yes.
I mean, here at YM, or maybe
Yeah.
other schools?
No, and online courses.
Online courses.
Mhm.
Okay, and what has been your experience?
It's a little bit difficult because you don't have the teacher in front of you,
Yeah, yeah.
and so you need to think about your questions
Mm-hmm.
and investigate about that.
All right. Okay, so it could be said that, I mean, when did you start studying English formally?
Uh,
When did you start studying English?
um, since I was very young, because um, when I was a little girl,
Yeah,
my mom tried to teaching me uh some words in English, basic.
yeah. Okay, basic vocabulary.
Uh-huh.
But
Yes.
how is it that I mean, I can see that you are passionate about the language, right?
Yeah.
But how is it that you said, come on, I need to practice English, I want to study? How was it?
Um,
Or when was the first time you have like this formal formation about English?
my principal motivation about
Yes.
this,
Yeah.
it's being able to understand songs and books more easily.
Yeah.
And websites
Okay.
for
Yeah.
my career,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and meeting people for other countries that who speak English. Yeah, who speak English, but because in museums, for example,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I meet people that only speak English.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah. I see your point. Okay. And well, when you started taking these online courses,
Yeah.
but I mean, the decision was yours, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, how do you think about? I mean, have you ever learned English, or can you make a comparison between online classes and physical or yes, physical classes?
Yes, I think physical is more easily,
Yes.
but require more time.
Okay.
And digital classes um, are difficult because I have said before, digital classes you don't have the teacher in front of you,
Yeah.
so you don't have the way um how question in real time.
Okay. But I mean, or my point is, once that you decided to take online classes,
Mhm.
you have this determination of learning. So you were not told to study because it was like kind of obligation, but it was more like you decided to do it. Okay.
Yes.
And what skills have you uh, developed in order to take these classes? Because I mean, when we take face to face classes,
Mhm.
it is like, okay, you have to get in the classroom, you have to pay attention, you have your notebooks, and somehow we are more used to taking these face to face classes. But I think that the skills that you need to develop in order to take online classes are different.
Yeah.
So, what have you learned from this experience of learning English in a virtual way?
Mm, I think you need stay so determined
Okay.
because if you are not, you don't learn nothing.
Yeah.
Um,
And I don't know, what about the skills? Do you take notes, or you just have all the stuff in your mind, or
no, you need to take notes
mm-hmm.
and practice all the
Okay.
time. With um with music, with some audio.
Yes,
With
listenings, recordings,
recordings.
movies,
Yes.
podcasts even, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think that I admire that people.
Mm,
I mean, those people who are determined to learn online because it is it is way too different to learn in face to face classes than doing it online. You know, because I mean, one of the key skills or the key characteristics that a person need to have in order to take these online classes is they are determined and they want to learn because you are responsible of your education. I mean, if you don't learn, it's because you don't want to, you know? So when you take these classes, you're like, okay, I need to practice this. I need to focus on this. I need to try these strategies because they are completely different when you are in face-to-face classes. And I have experienced myself with my students because when we were, for example, in the lockdown, in the pandemic, it was like, hey guys, are you there? And nobody answered.
yeah.
And you can see the difference between those students who want to learn a language because they want, and those students who learn the languages because it is just as just one more class, you know. So
Yes.
so the skills, the motivation is different, but it is. I mean, it hits differently when you want to do it because you want, not because you are told to.
Yes.
So I think that is one of the things that you are doing right now. I mean, you have joined online classes and you have learned because you want, and not because you were told to do it or because it was like a obligation to do it, you know?
Oh.
And that is, yes, yes.
Yes. Yes. Um. Well. Upon of me, I
Yes.
think um one of the problems with the students
Yeah.
are speaking.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in my case, the most difficult thing about learning English is learning the structure sentence correctly.
Yeah.
I recognize that,
Yeah.
and that is one of my mistakes. Is that even when I speak it, sometimes I say it all in present tense.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think speaking is the most difficult, and the difference
Yeah.
in the students.
Okay. No, but I mean, I remember that when I was a student, I was afraid of um to, for example, to have my teachers near me and they just started speaking in English and I was like, hey, come on, Esme, how are you? And I was like,
Yes.
estoy bien, teacher, gracias. So I was kind of redundant to even try to speak because I was
Yes.
ashamed, because I was afraid, because I was shy even. But I don't know. I just think that, I mean, if you want to improve your speaking, no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how many words you mispronounce,
Mm.
or no matter how funny faces you make, because in English we have different sounds that we don't have in Spanish. So it doesn't matter. Just make mistakes. Just mispronounce
Yeah.
words. There's not, I mean, there's anything wrong with making mistakes, because you're in a process of learning and that is completely normal. Even when you are learning another skill or a new skill, I don't know, call it music. I mean, learning to play an instrument or learning to play or to practice some sports.
Mm.
So I mean, at the beginning,
It's difficult.
it's difficult because I mean, your body, your mouth, or anything that demands in order to accomplish or to master that skill, take a process.
Yes.
So so don't be shy. Don't be afraid.
Please.
Just practice. Just step out of the box. Do stuff that you are not used to doing because that is one of the. I mean that is part of the process.
The
Try
first.
try try new stuff, and of course it is completely normal to try things that you like. Because I mean imagine that you want to read books, but you don't like reading. I don't know. It is an example. Imagine that you don't like reading rom-com.
No.
It is going
Science
to
books, yes.
all right. It is going to be boring. But I mean, if you are into science fiction, okay, I can read books about science fiction. So
Yes.
so do what you like in order to. And actually, that is, I mean, many authors that are masters in sharing this knowledge about teaching English and teaching and learning English. They say that important thing in order for a student to learn a language is that well you need to make the language part of yours, and
Yes.
there's no better way to make the language part of yours than doing the things you like. If it is a sport, sorry, if it is books, I mean, if it is reading, if it is music, if it is I don't know, podcasts, stories, movies, whatever it is. I mean, try to make it yours that
Yes.
you would like.
So like in this moment, I can understand all you said.
Oh, yes, thank you for your honesty. Yes.
But speaking is difficult for me.
Yeah.
For pardon.
Yeah, don't worry.
Um structure the sentences is the most difficult part of me, but I can understand all. So my
Okay.
problem is my mistake.
Okay. Okay. Well, actually, the thing that you are able to understand.
Yes.
I mean, what is it? Then I will like to ask you this.
Uh-huh.
What is the point of a language? What do you think is the point of the main goal of a language?
Communicate.
Exactly. So we are communicating by now with mistakes or with mispronunciations or whatever the negative things that you can see about the speaking. We are achieving the goal of a language to
Yes.
communicate. So yeah, most of the times I think that it is more our ideas that what if I make mistakes? What if I mispronounce? What if I sound funny? But I mean, at the end, it doesn't matter if you say something wrong. If the person you are talking to is getting you and you are getting her or getting him, you are communicated. So
Yes.
so yeah, so don't worry about that then. I think that as I was saying, this is part of the process. So you are in the process.
I try.
Yes. And well, despite the fact that a teacher or whoever it is has achieved a level, you never stop learning. There is always a word that you don't get, a phrasal verb, an idiom. I mean, we are all learners. So
Yes.
so yeah, so just enjoy the process. That will be my advice, Dana. And well, I know teachers play an important role in learning English, but do you do well? I think you have mentioned. Do you do something extra on your own in order to learn English?
Yes. How I said before, I watching fashion videos on
Yeah.
YouTube from certain people who speak entirely in English.
Yeah.
This helps me with the pronunciation,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like music. So when I want to know what the song says, I look up the lyrics in Spanish, and while I'm listening to it, I read the lyrics. This way, I relate words and listen to the pronunciation. In addition, I take the English course.
Yes, yes. All right. Okay, so at the beginning you were saying something about your hobbies. So
Yeah.
I think it will be interesting if you can talk a bit about it.
Yes, and my free times, I do a little dubbing.
Yeah.
Uh,
So what was it? How was it that you get into doubling?
when I was 12, I started researching this topic and I saw that many people were practicing it
Mhm.
independently.
Yes.
So I wanted to try by recording my voice with an old computer camera
Okay. Yes.
and trying to translate dialogues from Japanese anime series
Okay.
to Spanish,
Yeah.
trying to imitate characters' tone.
Okay. 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 And that's how it. Wow. I think that is well. I mean, I was saying that it is part of the process about learning a language, and that you don't have to worry if you make funny faces or sounds or whatever. But I think I will be ashamed of doing doubling. I mean, because it is like, come on, you are going to sound funny. But I mean, I think that is such a nice hobby that you have. It is a healthy hobby as well, and really interesting because not everybody is able to change
Yes.
their voice into a softer one or into a more rusky one. So I don't know. I think that is great. So would you like to do some doubling right now?
Yes.
I don't know what I mean. Do whatever you want.
Mm, for example,
You want in Spanish or in English? I should decide.
thanks. For example, my first character was Nipti for Hasbinoto,
Okay.
and she has a very very high tone
Okay.
and is so energetic.
Yep.
And she said like hola, soy Nifty.
Okay.
¿Hay algún hombre aquí? Realmente. Ay, ¿cómo decía? Perdón.
Yeah, don't worry.
Realmente necesito una mano por aquí, pero todos son hombres sin ofender.
Okay, you sound completely different. Wow, that's such a great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me, yeah.
Um, for example,
And what is the? I mean, what is the this tone that has been difficult for you?
this tone isn't difficult for me because my tone
Yes.
is a little bit high.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for me do a low note.
Okay.
Like
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
it's difficult for me. So made children's is easy.
Yes. All right. Okay. Wow. That is interesting. Have you ever considered? I mean, besides computer engineering, have you ever considered? I don't know. Spend more time learning this skill about doubling.
Yes, I've been taking online courses with actors
Well.
from
Okay.
home and also practicing differently since I was 12 years.
Okay. So you have also such a career in this thing
Yeah.
about in your hobby. Well, but I think that in the end, what matters is that you enjoy it, that you learn from it, and that well, if it makes you happy, continue doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Dana. So I don't know. Is there something that you would like to tell to our community? I don't know, in order to improve their English or to improve a skill, or I don't know, to try something.
Mm, oh, well, I have a phrase
Yeah.
that I think when I start with this doubling,
Yep.
um, well, it's a ¿cómo se dice anécdota?
An adventure and experience.
Uh-huh.
Experience, yes.
I have experience when I was 10 years, and I went to an anime convention because
Okay.
the voice actors of my favorite series, Randa,
Yeah.
and we're going to be here, and we're going to be there.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I saw how people got excited just by hearing their voices. There, I understood that those people only with their voice left a very important memory in people. And I thought at that moment, I don't want to leave this world without leaving a mark.
Okay.
So that's the phrase
That is stuck with you. That impressed you.
very, very important for me.
Yeah. Have you been following it?
Yeah,
Okay. That's
all my days.
yeah. Okay. That's great, Anna. So I think that is such a good quote. You know. Yeah.
Yes.
So well, thank you for sharing it. Thank you for sharing your experience, not only with learning English, but also with this Dublin thing. All right, Anna. So thank you so much for this episode and the experience that you have shared with us. So thank you.
Thank you very much for allowing me to be here today.
My pleasure. Okay, Community YMX Ecatepec. Thank you for joining us. See you next episode.